My name is Szocs Borús Miklós Attila, and I'm a peasant farmer from Romania, from Transylvania. I have a mixed farm, but based on fruits. I produce fruits agroecologically, but I'm also the president of Ruralis, which is a national peasant farmers and agroecology producers movement and organization, counting 70,000 members, and the coordination committee member of the European Coordination Via Campesina, which is the European La Via Campesina movement, where I work a lot on agroecology, land, and public policies. If one would ask me what are my links with agroecology, it's a very complex question because, first of all, I practice agroecology every day. So my links with agroecology are hands-on to the agroecological practices that my ancestors have been practicing through peasant agroecology. I'm taking care of the land and producing food and producing it for a local market and producing it in a very direct relationship with the consumers, with whom I provide this food. But my relationship and my link with agroecology is also very spiritual, because for me, agroecology is this link with nature and our human link and way of integrating in our landscape and in our territories. So this is a very important, it's a spiritual thing, because in Romania, a peasant is called țăran, and țăran means the people of the land. So it's really in our blood to connect with land, to take care of land, and to leave this land and for the ancestor, for the descendants to come. My link is also political, because agroecology is a political struggle. Through agroecology, we want to create nature protecting systems, not nature alienating systems. So while there's a lot of destruction in farming, through that, a lot of destruction of nature, through agroecology, I mean, because it's a movement, agroecology for us, are promoting a different food system. And when we're talking about food system, we're talking about democratization. Through agroecology, we want to put the food producers in the center of food policies. And agroecology enables exactly this, because agroecology is intrinsically diverse, working with nature, working with biodiversity. It's the same constellation when it comes to enforcing a food system based on diversity of production, of peasantry, and on our holistic view world. And that also transposing not just on the food system, but on a general global analysis and how we should cooperate, not fight. And the war in Ukraine actually is a good example of how it can agroecology transform food system, seeing that fellow farmers like myself, who are agroecology producers, are providing now food in times of war. And that's an important element. While agro-industry is fleeing the country or just completely sterile to this war, agroecology food producers there are fighting, resisting by producing food for the citizens. So that's a very, very intimate connection with agroecology. Or myself as a peasant agroecology producer, and but also myself as one of the leaders of the European Coordination Via Campesina, I have two expectations from the project. One of the expectations is already coming together, which is linking the agroecology world. We have a huge potential here because of the many actors that we are at the table, farmers, academics. We even bring in as policymakers to link together and to promote what is agroecology, but also to promote agroecology in its wholeness and its diversity. So not just a sterile definition. So this is something that is being accomplished through several activities like the Network of Networks, but also the trainings, as it was mentioned by others too, probably. But my other expectation is somehow that through this project, farmers gain the visibility that they need in order to continue their struggle to reinvent the food system, where farmers are at the center of this food system. So right now, this project is so innovative because it doesn't address farming and agriculture from a very sectorial point of view, but from a very holistical point of view. No, the living labs and other things. These are all somehow, and our expectations from it and hope is that somehow it can put the center on the producers, on the farmers, and how the diversity of how they produce, but also of how what is their worldview over Europe. because it's often neglected. That it's the scent of grass, and not just any grass. When I mean grass, the scent of grass for me, it's 450 individual species in 1 square meter. I cut the grass and I create hay in a region where we have 450 species. So can you imagine the smell, the perfume, the scent of this grass when it's drying? So it's something that is unbelievable. Yeah, so that's my favorite scent.